Welcome to the DealNews Seller's Guide. Today we'll talk about how to respond to the changes to Seller Fulfilled Prime. Should sellers remain in this Amazon program, and how can they adapt if they do decide to stay? Requirements for Amazon's Seller Fulfilled Prime program will be stricter come February 1st. According to Amazon, sellers will need to offer nationwide delivery coverage, have Saturday pickups and delivery, and meet targets for 1- and 2-day delivery promises. These performance requirements could be tough for some sellers to meet. We'll talk about whether sellers should remain in the Seller Fulfilled program given these changes, and we'll offer tips for adapting to the requirements for those who do decide to stay. Let's begin with the question of staying versus leaving. Should sellers remain in the Seller Fulfilled Prime program? According to an article from Marketplace Pulse, only the largest sellers with warehouses open on weekends will be able to meet the requirements. And Buy Box Experts partner James Thompson told S&P Global that the new rules could be a way for Amazon to phase out the Seller Fulfilled Prime program. What does a seller do? We turn to Awesome Dynamics senior Amazon consultants Tim DeWarian and Sean Casanelli for answers. They provided us with different questions sellers can ask themselves to determine whether they should remain in the Seller Fulfilled Prime program. They are you able to ship 2-day shipping across the country? Can you process orders quickly enough to deliver them to buyers on time? Do you have negotiated rates with your carrier to lower the costs of providing faster shipping? Can you ship out orders on Saturdays? If not, will you find a new shipping partner that can? Are you able to have staff on Saturdays that can ship products? Can you afford the increase in costs that come with faster delivery times and shipping on Saturdays? Costs will likely play a huge role when weighing the pros and cons of remaining in the Seller Fulfilled Prime program. But let's say you've thought about all these questions and have decided to stay in Seller Fulfilled Prime. You'll want to know how to best adapt to the new requirements without having to take on a bunch more costs. DeWarian says you'll need to take a very hard look at your operations workflow, specifically your ability to process orders and to get them out to the carriers within a short amount of time. This often means processing orders throughout the day instead of one single batch, so that all orders received before the cutoff time are given and checked in by the carrier in time, so all shipments start moving that night. DeWarian also advises checking out your options through all eligible carriers. He says, if you do a lot of shipping, consider negotiating with your carriers to get better rates for the faster shipping times. Depending on your volume, you may be able to significantly lower your rates for certain shipping level services. Casanelli also recommends sellers research other shipping companies that can meet the requirements. It could help prevent a big cost increase. As for the Saturday rules, Casanelli says planning ahead for Saturday shipping can reduce the number of man-hours needed on Saturday. Having inventory prepared to ship and prepackaging common orders throughout the normal work week can all help reduce the time spent on Saturday. Or you may find that storing your products in Amazon's fulfillment centers can save you money. Casanelli says, review SFP versus Fulfillment by Amazon and the fees associated with each. While there are headaches using Amazon as your primary shipper, it may be more cost-effective to use Amazon rather than shipping yourself. That's all for this edition of the DealNews Seller's Guide. If you like what you heard, be sure to subscribe so you'll never miss a new one. And if you want to learn how you can turbocharge your marketplace revenue and gain access to the exclusive DealNews traffic network, head to advertise.dealnews.com or send an email to getstarted@dealnews.com. Thanks for listening.